my God. That wasn't a whistle. It was a pig wink.
Good evening, Mike. How are you doing?
Yeah, good evening. Boy, you're raucous loud tonight, boy. K6BBG, K6 Victor, Bravo, Golf, 971. Good evening.
Good evening. You have a wonderful, nice, pretty sunny day over there?
Yeah, very nice. A little too windy. I could have lived with a little less wind, but because I didn't mow, it didn't bother me. But if I'd been mowing, it would have been nasty over.
Yeah, we didn't get any wind here. Of course, I'm down that little hole. We don't get much wind.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox. And WB6COT 569.
Let me fall right over. WB6COT, holy cow. I forgot the name. 569, we'll get you in a second. Hang on just a second there. Okay, so Dave is K6BBG 971. Judy's keeping log here for me, so I'm giving her the numbers again. 971 and KG6 Charlie Echo Fox is 982, and that would be Daryl. And then we have WB6, huh?
W6BOT.
WB6 Charlie Oscar Tango. And Bozo number, if you would, it's been so long, over.
569.
And the name?
Rob.
Too fast. Brock, what, isn't it? Say it again. Rob?
Rob.
Okay, Rob, R-O-B. Okay, good deal, Rob. Thank you. Good to hear you. Did you finally get an outdoor antenna there? You're not in the car anymore?
About 2 years ago, put up your 2M7.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, you're quite loud here. You're knocking me off the shelf here. Sounds good, Rob. 569, welcome back. My goodness. And were you broken, or were you just busy with other things? Over.
Other things, and a couple people inspired me at the swap meet there on Saturday.
Oh, okay, we were there. Judy was there with me. I had a big yellow hat on. Did you see the guy running around with a yellow hat and a yellow shirt? That was me.
I stood right next to you.
Oh, okay. You didn't introduce yourself, did you?
No, you're talking to Rob and a couple other people.
Okay, very good. Well, you should have. I would have been able to put a face to a call, but that's okay. Good to hear you, and I'm glad we inspired you a little bit. I was just telling Judy last night, one of the reasons I go to those things is to kind of help inspire people to get on and keep the activity up on the band here so we don't lose our bands. Anyway, great to hear you, Rob. Thanks so much for coming in. Anything to report on your side that's happening? Have you been working any of the other bands, over?
Negative. This is probably the first contact, at least on UHF, VHF.
Oh, okay. Very good. How about HF? You been working anybody around the world?
WB6JNP. A little bit of 10 meters and a couple other bands, but nothing spectacular.
Yeah, okay. Very good.
KM6SR, and good evening to Dave, K6EVG, and to Daryl, KG6CEF, and to Rob, WB6COT, K6SR.
And we also have Dane in here, WB6JNP.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, Judy's trying to catch up with me here. Hang on a sec.
Evening, Rob.
Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Daryl.
By the way, Rob, you're S9 in course gold.
And good evening, Dave, and good evening, Rob. Good to hear you on the radio there, Rob, KM6SR.
Hi, Rob and everybody.
Good evening, Rob. We've got two Robs in here tonight, would you believe?
Roger, Roger. Watch out. We're going to take over the world.
Yeah, you are. Okay, write down KM6SRR. That's Rob. And he's 432. Good evening, Rob, and thanks for the rides and the camaraderie yesterday on the swap meet. And I think you and I and a few others must have inspired the other Rob here, WB6COT, to get on and make some noise. He's got a new 2M7 up there, so maybe we'll make him a regular here. What do you think?
That'd be great. Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit, but anyway, it's good to hear him on there. Over.
How you doing, Ron? Where do you have your Yagi pointed at the moment? Rob, where are you pointed, Rob? WB6COT, go ahead.
Right at your house.
Oh, right at my house, okay. Well, then you must be pointed pretty close to the other fellows, because everybody except yourself checked in from Course Gold. Dave, K6BBG, was the first one. That's Dave. And you may not remember some of these guys. Some of them you do know. And then Daryl was next, KG6 Charlie Echo Fox. He's in Course Gold. And then we had Dane, WB6JNP. He's in Course Gold. And Rob is sort of in Course Gold. And what's the other city there, Rob?
Yeah, they gave me my official address, Course Gold, but we're a lot closer to O'Neill, so I call it the suburbs of O'Neill's there, over.
Yeah, O'Neill's. It's all the same. Anyway, good deal. And Dave, good evening to you. How's things over there in the southern tip of Course Gold?
Things are doing well, or call me the central Course Gold. We're right at the one traffic light. I was thinking the other day, Course Gold's really a big city. We've got one traffic light, and we've got two sets of street lights. So that just about says it all.
I think we got more hams by far than we got street lights, and if you add the signals and the street lights together, you're still coming up short.
Yeah, I was thinking one day of doing a video of called Driving Through Course Gold. It was like the gal that was riding a motorcycle through Chernobyl. But I was going to do Driving Through Course Gold, and doing the speed limit, it takes me a minute and a half to get from one Course Gold sign to the other.
I wouldn't doubt it. Of course, you're going north-south. You go east-west, it takes a little longer.
Yeah, but I haven't found a street sign that says Course Gold on the east-west side, only on 41 going north-south.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, very good. Well, good to hear everybody. Sounds like everybody had a kind of a relaxing, fun weekend, so that's good. We should hear maybe another fellow that was missing for quite a while. Maybe Rick will show up again tonight. KB6RQU, I'm pointed your way, Rick. KB6RQU, Lake Isabella. How about it? K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Over. Okay, no Rick tonight. Maybe we can get Ben in here. N6SWR. N6SWR. Ben, are you there? No Ben tonight either. Maybe Ben's on a vacation. He never misses more than one in a row. Now we got some others that might be down that way. We had I did meet up with Greg W6PYP out of Visalia at the swamp meet, and it was good to meet Greg. And we of course had a good chat with Bill, AA6S, and a good chat with Mike, WA6AAJ. We had a couple of fellows that came from out of the area here. Oliver from the Bay Area came down, KB6BA number 900. We had a good chat with Oliver too. So I think it was overall a pretty good swap meet from the standpoint of Bozo members. I think we just about took it over.
KK6ZKE.
There's another one right there. Good evening, Terry. KK6ZKE. And that's 704. Good evening, Terry. Good to see you.
Yeah, it was good talking with you and giving me some pointers in that little 430 antenna I bought.
Yeah, I'm glad you, hopefully you'll get a chance to fiddle with that a little bit. And I'm always here, of course, if you have questions on it. And if you can look up the model number of it, I can see if I've got it already pre-programmed into my computer. I have quite a few of the competitive antennas in the computer that were done by the guy that wrote the program, Brian Beasley, K6STI, put a lot of the different versions of different VHF antennas in the program, so I may have yours in there. And then we could look at seeing what it would take to optimize it without moving the elements, maybe just changing element lengths or something. We'll see. Anyway, it'd be fun to play with it and see if we can squeeze more blood out of that turnip, over.
Yeah, roger that. Would you have any idea of the manufacturer?
It's Cushcraft.
Oh, Cushcraft, okay. I'll do some research.
Yeah, you should be able to find that one. Now, Cushcraft is owned by MFJ, and MFJ is legitimately going out of business now. So you're fatherless or motherless, over.
Yeah, I noticed that the other night when I was on something that MFJ was taking a hike, so that's sort of disappointing.
Well, I got into trouble with COVID, I think. He got a little rambunctious with his people, and he made everybody get shots, and then they got all kinds of problems with the shots, and I don't know what happened, but the quality control went all to hell, and I got one friend that has a rotator in there. I think he checks in here regularly. He's had a rotator. Was it you, Rob, that sent? No, it wasn't Rob. Who was it? Somebody sent a rotor in that's been there now for a year and a half. Oh, I think it's Phil, WB6GGY, sent a rotator in for repair, and they've had it for a year and a half, and I don't think he's ever going to get it back, over.
Well, that's too bad about that. I mean, there's no more shots for this guy.
Yeah. You should find that, and I could probably find it. If you tell me, I can't remember, it looks like about 11 elements, but you might just count the elements, and I can probably find the model. Anyway, have a look if you can find it. If not, don't panic.
Yeah, it's 11 elements.
All righty. Anyway, it was good to see you down there and put a face to a call sign. I don't think we'd met before, Terry, or if we had, I didn't remember. Anyway, great to have so many Bozo members showing up at the flea market there. I don't know if Kevin's going to be in here tonight. He's probably stretched out on his bed, exhausted after his ordeal. Judy had a good time with his wife Gwen. They got on really well. Gwen is case WA6BZM, very zealous mother, and she had a good chat with Judy, my friend here. So that was always good. Okay, you met Judy, I guess, when you were at the flea market too. Okay, let's see who else we might have in there. I'm still beaming south, looking for not Clear Lake, but Lake Isabella and Bakersfield. Anybody? Boy, you're quiet down there tonight. Anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley want to check in before we go over and see if Atascadero's alive, over?
KJ6TYO 1009.
Yeah, 1009. Good evening, Ron. And KJ6TYO. Good to meet you at the flea market there. Unfortunately, we got sort of in a round table there, and I thought about it afterwards. I said, doggone it, I didn't get a chance to really have any chatter with you. But I meant to, but I just we got busy with other folks and other conversations, and all of a sudden it was off to another world, over.
Well, same here. I had to go to a car show around the corner from my house and then off to a wedding in Madera. So it was a busy day. So I got all my little activities done all in one day. Back home by 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, boy, a long day for you. We got home a little faster than I think we made it home by about 2. We did stop for lunch. Anyway, it was great to see you, and it was great to see so many Bozo members. His Bozo number is 1009 if you didn't get it, and that's wrong. Okay. Judy's keeping up with me now. Okay.
And, all right, Mike, let's get on with the net. KG6TYO 73.
Yeah, Roger, 73, Ron. I don't think we're going to have KE6BON Adam in here this evening. He's probably still on a vacation. He should be back later this week. Anybody else before we go to Atascadero?
BYH.
Again?
N6BYH, 195.
Oh, N6BYH. You know, there's a guy. Mike, we were looking forward to having an eyeball with you at the swap meet, but you probably had too many things going on, huh?
Well, there's an interesting story about that. I realized about 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday that the swap meet was yesterday morning. Totally forgot about it.
Well, that happens, particularly when you're not motivated by needing some very important RF connector that you've been looking for 2 years. His call is N6BYH. And BYH, Bravo Yankee Hotel.
And N is in...
N6, yeah, November 6th. And his number is 195.
His name?
His name is, strangely enough, it's Mike.
So, yeah, I really hosed that one up. I really wanted to go and see everybody, but... Oh, man, I got busy doing the yard, and we had kids, grandkids over, and it just got away from me really early in the morning, so maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. By the way, you're quite high in frequency, maybe 100 cycles. You might want to zero my audio here a little bit better, and you won't sound like a doc, over.
I think my power supply is dying at 100, TS700. And I think the power supply is dying because when I unkey, you're high as well, and then you come right back down to frequency. So, something to do.
No, you went higher, not lower. Let me give you some more chatter. See if you can net me. Just net me. Forget the... I don't know why the power supply would have any effect. You're not FMing, so it should be fine. N6 Bravo Yankee Hotel, K6MYC, for an audio check. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I've got you as close as I can. The resolution on this dial is not that fine, but I got you as close as I can. How does that sound?
Yeah, we got you. You're still a little high, but not bad. Okay. Very good. Good to hear you, Andy.
Yeah, thanks for checking me in, and 73 to you and the net, N6BYH. Abruptly went away.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just, Judy was struggling with your call for some reason. She got it tangled up. She had it twisted. She had a little rectocranial inversion there on the call, over.
Good. All right, sounds good. I'll let you go to Atascadero now. N6BY, 73.
Okay, 73, Mike. Okay, again, anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley before we go toward Atascadero? K6MYC Bozo Net. Where's the LA guys tonight? Where's LA? I don't hear anybody in LA. Maybe they canceled the net because it's vacation day, over. Boy, I don't hear anybody down there. Do you, Rob?
No, I don't either. I've been listening, but I'm pointed that way. Nothing down there, over.
Yeah, okay. How about you, Aaron? Are you in here and just busy? Does anybody note that whether the live stream is up and running?
I'll check on it right now, Mike.
Yeah, okay, because Aaron usually takes care of that, and he just usually when he's in here, he at least checks in. If you see the live streaming, then we'll check him in and get his wife checked in as well. In the meantime, one last call for you, Ben, N6SWR Bakersfield. How about it? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go over toward Atascadero and see if W6QUI is here. I'm going to call you now, Ron, as I'm rotating. W6QUI, K6MYC.
We're here, Mike. K6MYC, W6QUI.
Good evening, Ron. W6QUI, KM6SR. You're kind of weak today. Is Eric on also? Over.
Super weak.
So you say Bill's on there, over there in Atascadero, Eric? Over.
Is that right? Eric and Bill's there too?
Okay, I think I'm hearing Ron in there too, but he's very weak. Do you know Bill's Bozo number? Over.
Talking about WH, what the heck is it? KB6 whiskey something?
I forgot Bill's call. What's Bill's call, Eric?
WRW.
You.
I think it's KB6 Whiskey Romeo Whiskey.
Roger. You just check.
I don't know his Bozo number though. Can somebody remember it, or can you find it, Rob? WB6WRW.
Yeah, it's 1052. It's KB6WRW.
KB6, okay.
Now, what's your Bozo number, Bill?
Hey, Ron, it's 1052. Over.
Okay, well, I don't know if you guys are all hearing each other. We're both okay here. W6QUI also. Good evening.
Okay, we got you in here, Ron. Good evening to you. And you're sounding okay. It's just what happened with me is I pushed the wrong button on the rotator here, and it went up to 280. So you got real loud for a second, then you went away. What the hell happened here? Anyway, good to hear you, and I guess Eric's on frequency also. So let me make sure Judy's got all the calls here. You got W6QUI, okay, right?
QUI.
Yeah. He's 1055, and it's Ron.
Got it.
And another one is KN6, Echo India Victor, 1044. And that's Eric, and then we got WB6WRW. Did anybody get his Bozo number yet?
That's 1052.
That's Bill or Bob, isn't it? I forgot. I think it's Bob.
It's a Bill.
Oh, Bill. Okay.
Bill is off?
Okay, I missed the Bozo number. Did you get it, Judy?
I got it.
Okay, she's got it. Okay, it's KB6. Is that right? KB6WRW. And it's Bill. And the Bozo number is what?
1052.
Oh, 1052. Okay, very good. We got it under control. We have you guys nailed now in Atascadero. You can't get away, over.
That's right. You can't hide from us.
Hey, Mike, Ron was asking if you're hearing Bill. Over.
Well, I don't know. Let's see if we can hear you, Bill. KB6WRW. Make a transmission, Bill, and let's see if we can copy you. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC, 1500 watts in your direction. Over.
You're hearing Mike, Bill? He turned it to you. Okay, Bill's not copying you guys over there. You heard something earlier, but it's very weak.
Yeah, well, well, I can hear Bill in there, but he's not quite readable. I caught a few words, but Bill, you're not quite readable. So you've got to upgrade that system a little bit there. And see, I've worked you in the past, so maybe it's either conditions or maybe your antenna's fallen down or not pointed in the right direction or something there. But because we have heard you in the past, Bill, you might pass that on to him, Ron, that we've heard him in the past and he's been better, much stronger than he is right now. Go ahead, Bill. Ron?
Okay, Bill. Comments from Mike. He said he has heard you earlier and you were stronger then, but he's kind of imagining you're in there tonight. I guess you're not hearing them either. So he questioned that your antenna's pointed correctly or just conditions. Comments on that, Bill? Over. Could be. Yeah, Bill heard you a little bit earlier there, Mike, but he's not copying you now. So he suspects just band conditions or something are different tonight. Over.
Yeah, it seems like band conditions, you've dropped about 10 to 15 dB all of a sudden, Ron. You were good copy when you started, and now you're just barely, well, you're above the noise, but you're really not very strong, not at all your normal signal strength. Are you pointed right, or did you turn over toward Bill?
I don't have to turn to work the local. No, I didn't touch the antenna.
Okay, I hope nothing's wrong here. I've checked, but boy, you're just very, very weak. Anyway, good evening to you. Say good evening to Eric for us if Eric's not hearing us, and also to Bill. And we'll catch you maybe on Wednesday. Ask Bill if he's going to try and make it on Wednesday. Over.
Okay, question from Mike, Bill. Are you able or planning to try on Wednesday? Over. Hello, Bill. Maybe Bill checked out. I don't know.
And it's in the same location she usually is.
Okay. Yeah, the question from Mike was, are you able to maybe get on this Wednesday?
I think so. Hopefully, that would be the plan.
I'm copying you now.
There you go. Fantastic.
Oh, now that's Mike. Is this you, Bill?
I had a great compliment, Mike. Just like back into the dirt.
I think the band's up and down.
Holy cow, that's for sure.
Yeah, the wind must have shifted.
You guys came way up, and he came up solid, rock solid. Maybe an airplane went over or something. Maybe it's an airplane scatter. All right. Anyway, 73s, guys, thanks for checking in. Good to hear all of you. K6MYC going on up to Monterey.
Okay, did you hear Eric okay? He did check in.
Well, I don't know if I heard Eric or not. Eric, try it again.
This is KN6CIV, Mike. Hey, Mike, also, Bill's about, 12 or 15 miles north of us. I don't know if that'd make any difference for you or not.
Well, probably not enough to notice. That might help me a tiny bit, but you're good copy now. Are you back in the Mobile again?
I am. I'm back in the Mobile here.
Okay, we got good copy on you. Thanks. Good to hear you. Hope you had a good weekend, and we'll see you maybe Wednesday. Over.
Roger that. Yep. All right. You guys have a good evening, and Rob, nice to hear your voice too there.
Yeah, Eric, you're sounding good there. I got a copy on Bill there for a little bit. The band conditions are pretty bad. Anyway, thanks for being there, guys. KM6SR. Okay, Mike.
Okay, 73s, guys, and we're heading up toward Monterey.
I'll go to 50, Eric, or you got to go home?
No, let's go up to 50 or 250. Yeah, Bill.
Okay, let's see if we can hear Scott in here this evening.
Well, I hear you, Mike. I'll copy K6NYC WA6LIE.
Yeah, perfect copy. Booming in here tonight, Scott. WA6LIE 618. Good evening. And you're sounding good, but I haven't had a chance to listen much. The bands have been pretty poor, I thought, all weekend, and I didn't even, well, I was listening on 6 today, but I wasn't in the shack very much. But as usual, no audio on 125, over.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I didn't see anything here either. I did work some stuff on FD8, though. Worked a few South American stations on 6 meters, and I'm listening in the background, and I hear myself starting to feedback a little bit with the audio, so I guess I'm pretty strong. Anyhow, yeah, you're not so strong here too, Mike. Stations must be very good, over.
Yeah, they seem to be on this band, so congratulations on working a few South Americans there. Probably nothing you didn't have already, but nice to see the band is open. I guess you would call that trans-equatorial. It's not ESCIP at that in that direction at that distance, is it?
No, it's not, Mike. It's TEP. So, you know, just like with the 10 meters, we get a lot, 10, 15, we get a lot TEP stuff. And, you know, most people don't realize South America is quite a ways away. Almost as far as like Indonesia, for example, you know, which is, you know, about 8,000 to 10,000 miles, depending upon where you go. But at any rate, I did work Antarctica on 10 meters the other day. That was kind of a nice surprise. So at any rate, Ken, KJ6KYO, is also in here listening. I don't know if he hears you or not, but he's near me. He's actually closer to Tom than he is to me. I heard Tom working a few of those South Americans too there today. Mike, over.
Oh, do you want me to call him in? Do you want me to log him here on the 2 meter net, over?
We'll see if he hears you. Hey, Ken, are you hearing Mike?
He's probably going to be Q4, but he's low in frequency, which makes it very difficult to read. Have him net my frequency if you can, and maybe I'll be able to copy him. Give me his call sign again, and ask him if he has a Bozo number, over.
Yeah, Ken, get on frequency. You're a little bit low to mic in frequency. So at any rate, his call sign is Kilowatt Juliet 6, Kilowatt Yankee Oscar, Ken in La Selva Beach. He's a lot closer to Tom than it is to me. So I'm sure if you take the beam and rotate more towards Santa Cruz, you'll hear him a lot better there, Mike, over.
Okay, good. KJ6KYO. KJ6KYO, we got you. And ask him if he has a Bozo number. If not, we can give him a Bozo number, over.
KJ6KYO, actually, okay, I'm a little bit more on frequency. If you have the Bozo, and Mike, can you give me a call letter? I got a little distracted.
Yeah, my call letters are Kilowatt 6, Mike, Yankee, Charlie, K6MYC, Kilo 6, Mike, Yankee, Charlie. I'm in Fresno, or a little bit north of Fresno, in Central California. We're beaming due west for you. We're beaming due west for you. I'm running 1,500 watts to a 19-element Yagi at 107 feet. So we're doing all we can do on this end. Hi. But I didn't get whether you want a Bozo number or not. We can give you a Bozo number. It's very easy. Rob, do you have a number for him, over?
Yes, he has a Bozo number. He's 1089, KJ6KYO, Ken, over.
Okay, 1089 then, 1089. Good enough. Yeah, his name is Ken, right? Yeah, I think your name is Ken. KJ6KYO. Make one more transmission for us, Ken. My name is Mike item Kilo Echo. KJ6KYO, K6MYC, over.
K6MYC, K6 Mike Yankee Charlie. Mike, yeah, gotcha. And 1,500 watts is making it over there. And you got my Bozo number. And cool, thank you very much. We're running ATS 2,100 watts over.
Okay, and what's the antenna there, Ken, over?
It's a Diamond Star VHF, I forgot, like 9 element.
Oh, okay, so it's horizontally polarized, is it?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, it's a Diamond 9 element Yagi. Must be about a 10 to 15 foot boom, something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. I go outside and look, but it's cold over here, unlike Fresno.
Cold over there, unlike Fresno. Well, you got that right. It's about 75 here right now, and cooling down. We'll probably get down into the low 60s, or the high 50s by the morning. Anyway, try to stay warm over there in winter time on the coast. That's typical. Like Mark Twain said, the coldest winter I ever spent was the summer I spent in San Francisco. Over.
You got that just about right. Sometimes I'm down to cement boat for a couple hours, and I've got a jacket on. That I wore on one of my trips to Chicago when it was 33 degrees, and it was just barely good enough for a couple hours, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. Well, listen, take care. A pleasure to have you pop in here. Hopefully we'll hear you more often, and it won't take me so long to figure out who you were. I did move the antenna a little bit more north, more towards Santa Cruz, so it did bring your signal up a little bit for you there. I'm running 1,500 here in the 19XXX M squared at 107 feet, so we do pretty well over there, but there are variable conditions from night to night, as you know. Thank you, Ken. Nice to have you in here. And Rob, are you copying Ken there? Rob, are you copying Ken? Oh, Rob must have went downstairs for dinner. Okay, no problem. 7-3 Ken, 783 to you, Lee, Scott, and we'll see you on tomorrow, hopefully on 6 meters at about 8:15 to 8:30. WA6LIE, KJ6KYO, K6MYC clear, and looking for KW6 sugar.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, good evening, Mike. It was sure an enjoyable Saturday meeting you and a lot of other folks there in Fresno.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a great time, and I think we had, by far, Bozo members were outstripping everybody in terms of population. We had lots of Bozo members there. That was good. We even got one or two out of the woodwork there. We have Rob over here, KWB6COT, that was there, and we inspired him to get on. I think it's the first contact he's made in a long time on this band. And he has a new 2M7 that he's moving in here with, so that was good. Anyway, it's great to see you, Tom, as always, and pleasure to have the eyeballs with you. Over.
Yeah, it was good to see you and Judy and Ken, and got a chance to meet Larry there, which was really a lot of fun. He gave me the tour of the shop there, and have to say I'm a bit envious, but otherwise, yeah, there was some real bargains floating around, and nothing I needed, but then I didn't think there would be, and but just had a great time talking to people I hadn't seen ever, and people I hadn't seen in maybe 20, 30 years. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay.
Bozo number.
Bozo 610-610 for Tom. KW6 sugar. Okay. And Judy enjoyed meeting you as well. She just didn't know your Bozo number there, Tom. Anyway, very good. Let's see. Maybe Lee's in here tonight. Lee did not get over there, I don't think. He was talking about maybe being able to do it, and then at the last minute he said, I think something came up. How about it, Lee? KB6 Lima Echo Echo near Watsonville, K6MYC. me tonight, huh?
Good evening, Tom. KW6S, KM6SR. Good to see you at the swap meet there, over.
W6J and N.
I hear you, Jim. Stand by.
W6S. Good evening, Rob. Boy, you're really light tonight.
You get that, Rob?
I think I lost propagation to him. I heard something in there but couldn't make it out there. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Okay, he just said you're very light tonight, so apparently it's just reciprocal. He just wanted to say hi, and it was good to see you at the swap meet, Tom, over.
Yeah, it was good to, getting to know him little bits and pieces, a little bit at Visalia and a little bit more this weekend, so that's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, very good. I'm sorry we're missing Lee here tonight, but maybe he'll show up tomorrow on 6 meters, who knows.
Yeah, well, I told him anytime he doesn't show up, we talk about him.
Yep, okay. Well, let you go. I hear the guys in the Bay Area. I hear WB6JNN and perhaps a couple of others chomping at the bit here, so we probably ought to get going. Good to hear you. Thanks much, and always enjoyed the... what was that? That was Tom, yeah. Enjoyed the eyeballs with you and a lot of others there that came. Thanks, Tom. KW6S, K6MYC, going toward the Bay Area. And over to you, Jim, WB6JNN. Go ahead.
Dropped down to about S5, so I'm not sure the band is doing straight stuff. I didn't hardly hear Ken at all, so I guess we have some trophy ducting that's setting off the lower elevations and enhancing you every once in a while. But anyway, nice day today. I've been working on the computer, learning how to massage stuff off my smart telescope, bring out the images that are there on the astronomy stuff. So that's been most of the day. And we finally caught the lizard that snuck in the other day. Well, actually, he was dragged in by a cat. He's been living in the house the last several days, so he's now been captured and tossed out after hiding in our junk in the house for several days now. WB6JNN.
Okay, very good. Write down WB6.
Number.
Oh, 285 for Jim. And what was it that was residing in your house as a squatter for the last few days? What was it, Jim?
A big old, what we used to call alligator lizard.
Okay. How long was he? About 6 or 8 inches?
Well, he probably was that long originally, but part of his tail was missing. I don't know how that happened. I asked.
Yeah, well.
Tail, but he wouldn't say anything.
Yeah. You think the cat brought him in?
Oh, I know he did, because he was playing with it. Chasing me and got into some stuff, and we searched through there and could not find his little hiding place. But, he's still pretty small, and the junk is pretty extensive in this particular corner that he was in.
Wow. Okay, well, obviously they're not very harmful. They don't hurt anything. They're mostly good for.
They eat bugs.
They eat bugs and stuff. They're pretty good for that. And probably the cat cost him the tail. They lose their tails real easily. They do grow them back, as you know. So it's one of those things that's expendable on lizards. Very good, Jim. The band is kind of funny. It's a difficult copy because you've got that same pulsing modulation again. It's up and down every other word, and it makes it difficult to copy.
Jim or John.
Huh?
Jim or John.
Jim, yeah. And so otherwise we got most of it all okay. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow night on 222, and you're always much better copy, I think, on 222. 2 meters tends to get all messed up with the terrain and multipathing and all that. Anyway, good evening, Jim, and thanks for being there as always. And I'm glad you had a pretty relaxing weekend, sort of, with the lizard and the computer. Okay. Let's see, who else do we have in the Bay Area or anywhere else for that matter? K6MYC standing by.
W6BBS 72.
WB6 WNI.
6 Mike Queen India. Bozo
6RO.
1 over.
Oh boy. I got 6 of you in there and I'm going to have trouble. Let me help Judy get started here. We had Frank, W6BBS. That's 72. And we had Ken, N6 Radio Oscar. I'm going to take you quickly, Ken, in case you have to get off. Near 835, and that's Ken. And then I heard WB6WNI, Gary. And Gary, I always struggle with your number. You're in that 1,000 bracket, and I don't know whether it's 1090 or what it is, Gary, over.
You got it. It's 1090. Yay.
Yeah, very good. Okay, hang in there. We'll get back to you in a second. Let me get all the others that checked in here. What was it?
WB6.
Whiskey November, Italy. WNI.
Got it.
And that's Gary. And let's see, I heard somebody in there with a funny Bozo number 2 something. Try it again, guys. Anybody that you haven't heard me give you a call, I haven't got you yet. Go ahead again.
Kilo Juliet 6 Mike Queen India. Mike Queen India. Bozo 271. Over.
Yeah, okay. KJ6MQI 271. Is that Jason over there in Scotts Valley?
Yeah, close enough. This is Jared. Juliet Alpha Romeo Echo Delta. Over.
Yeah, I always get you mixed up, Jared. I'm sorry about that. Jason and Jared sort of go together in my brain for some reason. KJ6. Let me get the call again. I think I've got it screwed up in my head here. Give it.
271.
Yeah, 271 is the number. Did you get his call sign?
KJ6M.
MQI, Mike Queen, Italy. KJ6MQI. How's it going in Scotts Valley? Is it warm or cold over there?
No, we're just starting to cool off. We're probably around 60, 62 right now. Had a wonderful day. Everything was just gorgeous. Got to spend a lot of time outside. Getting prepared, though. Going to be gone for about 2 weeks. We're going to be flying out to Italy and doing a tour out there. So probably be back in a couple of weeks and be back on the radio. Over.
Okay, very good. I've got another friend in Italy right now that just flew over about a week and a half ago. So that seems to be the favorite destination for Californians this year. I think you'll have fun. There are some nasty areas, but even the nasty areas in Italy, where there's some turmoil going on, are still pretty good places for tourists, apparently, because my friend is staying in one of those areas. It's a hotbed politically, but I guess it's okay for tourists. Good luck. Have fun. KJ6KMQI, K6MYC. Now, is there somebody else I missed? Go ahead.
KB6BA.
6RO in there, Mike.
I got RO already. We already got Ken in here. And I hear Oliver, good to meet you at the swap meet, Oliver. KB6BA, Kilo Bravo 6, Bravo Alpha. Oliver 900 is his number, 900. And take a transmission, Oliver. Hopefully you enjoyed coming down and got a chance to meet some other Bozo members and other people. Over.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Pleasure to meet you and Judy there. And I picked up a couple of trinkets, some band pass folders for 40 and 20 and 17. So maybe we'll give those a try with our field day group. See if they make things a little more pleasant. So, yeah, it was a tough drive getting to Fresno for the rush hour traffic Friday, but easy drive going back. So, well worth the trip, and I made a note of all the new call signs and the faces that went with them. K6MYC, KB6BS.
Yeah, well, it was a great pleasure to have you. You were one of the very few that came any distance. Sorry about the heavy traffic on Friday, but at least the ride home wasn't too bad, so that's great. And a great pleasure to have you come down and see our very friendly group. As you can tell, all a bunch of good guys, friendly. And I don't know how the bargains were in the flea market, but at least a bunch of good people running it. Over.
Yeah, definitely. And then today I went to the Sacramento swap meet, which I've been to a few times before. Just found out about it last night, so picked up another couple of small goodies. And ran into Fred Spalding, K1Y2P. He was doing well. Let's see. And also 10-6JB, he was out there, so a lot of old faces over.
Yeah, very good. So you did see Fred, K1YQP, this weekend?
That's right. Had a nice chat with him today at the flea market. And also Greg Stallman came by, KJ6KO, and reminded him about the beacons, and he wants to get that going again. So good to stir up new projects over.
Yeah, well, he's been saying that for a couple of years. Good to hear that Greg Stallman's still active. Hopefully he can get the beacons on. We're going to have the beacons on down here very shortly. We're just waiting for an air conditioning unit to come in so we can put them. We have all units, or most of the units now, but the little building is about 5 feet square, and with all the stuff in there, it gets so hot that the radios start to drift in frequency. So we're trying to get a little air conditioning unit for the thing, but we have beacons on 275, as you know. 2 meters, 144, 275, 432, 275, etc., etc. We don't have 222 going yet, and 1296 can be put on, but right now there's just a 2. Nothing's running at the moment because it's too hot. So as soon as the air conditioning unit comes in, we'll have at least 2 bands and hopefully all 4 back on the air very shortly here. But I'm glad that Greg's working on it too. Just let me ask you one last question about K1YQP. Was he okay, and did he get any idea why he's not checking into the net? Over.
No, I never thought to bring that up. He just seemed reasonable for his age. Maybe he has some health issues that were not obvious, but nothing stood out for me, and he was good spirits and happy to see me over.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad that he was there and in good spirits, because we were kind of worried about him. I know he's had some health issues, but lately he's been okay. But he has not been checking into the net. We've called him several times. He has equipment on all the bands, so it's kind of disturbing that he doesn't check in on any of the bands at all for about the last 3 months. So we were kind of worried. But thanks for the update. At least we can know that he's healthy and hanging in there at least a little bit. Hopefully he'll show up on the bands here. Maybe the flea market will stimulate him a little bit to get back on. Thanks for that, Oliver. Now let's see. I heard other breakers, but let me go back and pick up you, Ken, if you're still there. I guess it was a CW contest this weekend. How did you guys do? N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO 835. Yeah, we made 4,500 QSOs and various band conditions and our usual sitting in a chair too long. I put in 23 hours. So I'm going to go back in the house and watch my guitar pickers. I can give you more details tomorrow night on 6RO.
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to keep you holding there. I knew you were pretty tired probably. Well, I saw the spectrum light up on 15. I was on 15. I did work my friends in Africa on a short path at about 1600 Zulu and 1530 and so on, but the conditions were very light to Africa. They were there, and they copied me. I got S5 out of them, but it wasn't bodacious by any means. So I don't know what it's going to take to get better conditions between the West Coast and Africa. I mean, obviously on CW you would have worked a lot of people in Africa, but these guys were running kilowatts and the Aggies. So at least from ZS1 land, it wasn't spectacular at that hour. Maybe there's a better time for Africa on the short path on 15. Ken, any comment on that before you go?
Well, I haven't looked at all the stats yet on what the high bands did since I was 80 meters. The one thing I did notice that Asia was not good on 40 and 20, which is unusual. I had more contacts in the JA on 80 meters than the 40 meter station, which never happened before. Anyway, we take it for what it gives us. We'll see you tomorrow, N6RO.
Yeah, that's freaky. Well, the condition on 20 started out good. We started at 1430 on the long path with ZS1 SBW and ZS1R EKK. And both of them were S9 plus 10. By the time we finished in 40 minutes, that band had dropped down to S3 to S5. But it was still the best band for communications for me because they were much weaker on 15. But I was disappointed because it stayed down for quite a while. It went down and did not come back, which is very unusual. That's funny because we're having worse band conditions during the sunspot peak than we had in the worst of the years in the null. So I can't figure out why we don't have better propagation. I did get on Friday night, and work some Europeans on 20, but even those stations were not bodacious. The big guns were S9, but that's not a big signal from Europe when you're both have big antennas on each end. 7-3 Ken, we'll see you tomorrow night. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MY.
Yeah, right. I could talk for 30 minutes about the contest, but it doesn't interest everybody. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, N6RO.
Here, 7-3. Okay, let's see. I got a couple of others that checked in. I guess... well, Gary, we've got you, but I didn't catch you very long. WB6WNI, go ahead.
Wow, thanks, Mike. K6NYC WB6WNI. Well, we did weeding today, gardening and weeding, but to spice things up, we did something a little different. So I did finish the 440-18 antenna. Took a little while, but in between gardening, I just went and kept doing it and doing it and doing it and finished it. So, mind you, I ran a quick test with the guy in Palo Alto, and it seems to work fine, the SWR, 1-to-1 on 432. So, Mike, don't hold your breath, because now I need to put it on a mast and see what kind of coax I want, but it's a simple 1-to-1. Not a bad job.
Not a bad job. Looks like you got all the elements in the right place. Gary, I'm going to give it to Judy in case she doesn't have a WB6WNI. I think you have that one. Gary.
WNI,
yeah.
Gary.
Yeah, and 1090. Okay, very good. Gary, thanks much for the feedback, and we'll look for you one of these days on 432. I know it's too quick to get the thing up with coax on it by Friday or by Thursday this coming week, but miracles may happen. Take care. WB6WNI, and I'm looking for Brett. Brett, are you in there? I don't hear Brett tonight. Okay. I'm missing somebody that I logged you in, but I didn't get back to you. Who am I missing here? Over.
775 Kilo Bravo 6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie.
Well, good evening, Mike. Long time no be able to talk to you here. WB6WFC Whiskey KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775, and his name is Mike. Another Mike. Judy shaking her head here. Good to hear you. Pretty reasonable copy tonight. So you're coming in well. The bad conditions look like they're slowly getting back to halfway decent here, Mike. What's up with you? Over.
Well, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday there was a little opening to Hawaii. I worked 4 Hawaiian stations in a row on 6-meter FT8, your favorite mode.
Yeah, well, better FT8 than nothing. At least they're making the radios work. That was Hawaii? 4 of them?
Yes, sir. 4 of them right in a row.
Wow. Outstanding.
H6HI, AH6GR, KH6U, and NH6D.
I'll be darned. And nothing else from the Pacific, huh?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Okay. Well, good deal. And you're holding up pretty nicely tonight, so I don't know what happened the last couple of weeks, but boy, it's better propagation tonight, Mike. Thanks very much for calling in. I'm missing a couple of regulars here, WA6AXX, and we're missing also W6PQL. Jim, are you here?
I am in here. Howdy, hi. W6PQL.
Okay, good. W6 Papa Queen London. 1296. Judy just can't get your number locked in. Hi, 1296, Jim. Okay, how you doing, and how was your weekend?
Oh, it was pretty good. It was a nice warm day today. My gosh, we got up to, well, my lying weather station says 82, but it's 63 right now, so it really went through the range. And I've just been working, you know, catching up on work I have to do. Otherwise, I meant to mention, but things moved along pretty quickly on Thursday, and I didn't get a chance to do it. Remember, I had such a bad day of golf on Tuesday. Well, I went out again on Wednesday, and Tuesday was the score was 93, which is a terrible round for me. But I followed that up with a 79, so I'm happy again. Maybe I shouldn't go back out there and ruin it, huh?
No, that's the way golf is. One day you can be hot, and the next day you can't make a putt to save your life. Over.
Yeah, it went the opposite. I had a bad day and then a great day, so I'm happy again.
Yeah, good deal. It's always nice to have a good day at golf every now and then. Restores your faith in whatever mulligans and stuff. All right, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in, and yeah, it was nice here. We got into the 80s. They said it was going to be 85. I don't think it quite made it, but it was close. And it's about 70 outside now. It's cooling off here as well, but not terribly. All right, let me see if Ed's in here. WA6AXX. Ed, are you here? Oh, Ed's missing this evening. That's unusual. Maybe he's got his jack so torn up that he can't get on the air. Oh, no, I know what's wrong. He's gone. He went on a trip for a week or so, so we won't hear Ed. I think he's going to Chicago or someplace. Anyway, okay, no Ed tonight. Anybody else in the Bay Area that I've overlooked or missed here? K6MYC Bozo Net.
Quebec Romeo, Bozo 177, Gary in Vallejo.
I got you, Gary. Kind of fluttery and weak, but we got you. KE6. Oh, for gosh sake, say it again, Gary. I've got a blank on the call all of a sudden.
Quebec Romeo, Kilo Echo 6, Quebec Romeo. And we played in the CQWPX contest this weekend, had a lot of fun. 15 meters was a hot band to be on. I was just amazed at how well it worked. In fact, it did better than 20, which is kind of interesting. But we worked lots and lots and lots of European stations. That was fun. And what else? We're just about finished up with our antenna project. We finally got the rotors all put together on the satellite antennas. We have the antennas ready to go up, so we're going to put them up tomorrow, and we'll see how it works out. So it's been a long time in coming. So anyway, have a good net. KE6QR, Bozo 177, Charlie Mike 88.
Okay, thanks very much. You want to take a quick standby and see if you can hear the boys in the Clear Lake?
Yeah, N1PPP is trying to check in right now. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, you're fading out, but I'll get N1PPP and his buddy. So, are you ready for this, Judy? N1PPP 336. And that's Dave. And the other one is KA6OSX 160. And that's Kent. Kent, K-E-N-T. Okay, we got him. Thank you, Gary.
226.
Did you get 787?
787. Now it's a familiar call. Hang on just a second. Let me get Ken in here. Judy's still writing. You ready for WA6OIB, Old Indian Blanket? 226. You know Ken. She knows you, but she hasn't got the calls connected yet, Ken. And she had a great time with Gwen. And I guess she answered the one question that Gwen was really curious about, how in the hell we found each other. It was really simple, but it's obtuse, so there's no question. WA6OIB, K6MYC.
Okay, real good. K6MYC and the gang, WA6OIB 226 checking in. And sorry I'm late. Marcus was over here tonight and had dinner with us, and so we got to talking and forgot about the net. Didn't forget about it, but I mean I had to take care of my guests. So anyway, I'm here now for the end. Anyway, WA6OIB, and good evening there to Judy. It was great to see her.
Well, we're only about halfway through the net. I just got Clear Lake in here. We're finishing up the Bay Area. There was one other one. Who was the other station that just called in with Ken? And I heard you, but I forgot to call already. Over.
Jimmy, you there? Go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, KG6 QCH. KG, is it Kilo Germany 6? No, it's KF6, isn't it, Jimmy?
K6MYC, KF6, Charlie Hotel, 787,
I missed the call, Jimmy. Is this Jimmy? I thought it was QCH, over. Can anybody give me a relay on Jimmy? He's so weak I can't copy him at the moment, over.
Yeah, this is Mike. It's Kilo Foxtrot 6, Quebec, Charlie Hotel, 787, named Jimmy.
Okay, I think Judy's got it all. Very good. Well, Jimmy, you're way down from normal, and it's funny because Daly City, Mike, is just pounding in here, and you're way down. I wonder if you got the antenna pointed wrong or something. Maybe you don't have any rotator, but maybe it's just conditions. KF6QCH, sorry it took so long to get you here. K6MYC. Go ahead, Jimmy.
That's okay, Mike. I can hear you a little bit better now. You saw me, kind of work type on 6 meter on Saturday morning, over.
Okay, I missed what you worked on Saturday morning on 6. Tell me, Mike, can you relay what he worked?
I think it was 2 meter single sideband, over.
6 meter.
Oh, 6 meter.
Who did he work? Who did you work again, Jimmy?
Colorado, Wyoming, New Mexico, over.
Relay, Mike?
New Mexico?
Oh, okay. Yeah, a little E-skip. This is the time of the year, Jimmy. You'll get all over the western part of the U.S. real easy on E-skip with a very modest system. You'll hear many others, so be alert. You'll hit Washington, Oregon, Canada, Mexico, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, Colorado. All that stuff will be really easy for you, over.
Roger, copy that. It was quite a challenge, but somehow I managed to work it.
Yeah, it's called sporadic E. It's E clouds, and you get about a 1,500-mile skip distance at the most there. Very good, Jimmy. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for your help, Mike. God, you're pounding in all of a sudden, and I just don't know why I can't hear Jimmy very well. Anyway, let's see if there's anybody else before we go towards Sacramento. Kilowatt 6, Mike Yankee Charlie, still beaming the Bay Area, more or less. I'm missing a lot of people in the Bay Area. K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area. I guess that's it for now. Okay, go to Sacramento.
Where? Who? K6MYC,
KJ6 Whiskey, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. That's Darren, and that's 756. Good evening, Darren.
Well, good evening. You sounded better when you were pointed down somewhere towards the bay or something. Now you're starting to get all kinds of flutter on you. I'll give you an opportunity to get me dialed in and find what path works the best tonight. I should be in my normal directional method, and I'm trying to get somebody else to show up, but it looks like he has some other duties tonight. But hopefully we'll get an extra Bozo out here on the net.
Okay, who are you not getting to show up? Is Bill in here or Bill missing?
Oh, I think Bill might be missing, but you never know about that, man. He might just pop right in at the optimum moment in time. He might be listening. At any rate, KR6MR I know is out here, and you'll hand it on over to his way.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with who it is that you mentioned might be in here beside Bill. I got KR6MR, we'll get him, but who was the other one you said I should be able to hear?
Oh, well, I've got a neighbor that's all about 3.5 miles south of me that put up his tower and put himself together a little two-element quad. And if he pops in, I'll let you know.
Okay, well, what's his call sign so we can be ready for him, over?
No, that would be a new potential entry for you. KJ6, KFE.
Yeah, I doubled with you. What's his call sign so I can be ready for him, over?
Oh, he's here. One moment. KR6MR and come back to me, Mike. That'd be best. I'll see if I can't arrange for the other participant to join with us. KJ6, KFE.
Well, what's this call, Darren?
K6 VDU. Victor. Oh, geez. Oh, my mind's a mess tonight.
Okay, K6 Victor Zanzibar United.
Delta Uniform. There we go.
Oh, well, Victor Delta Uniform, is that it?
USL.
Okay, very good, Darren. Thank you.
I'm trying to get them to turn around and get on the air here. We'll see if we can get them lined up. Go on to KR6MR and I'll work with them over here on the side. KJ6, KFC. That's it.
Okay, Darren, thank you. How about you, Bill? KO6KD, are you here? Oh, Bill, how about KR6MR?
Good evening, Mike. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Good evening.
Yeah, good signal, John. KR6MR. Judy's catching up with me here, 759. And that's John. And you're sounding good in here. I'm not sure where I'm pointed, but I'm not going to change it because I'm hearing you just fine. Have you heard Bill at all tonight, over?
No, I have not. I did call for him on the Fox Mike frequency, but he never replied. He might be coming up. I don't know.
Yeah, he did not show up on 20 meters this morning, which was surprising. We had very good signals at 1430. Signals went down after that, and he might have had trouble after that. But if he was there at 1430, the signals were good. All right, well, maybe he'll be in here in a few minutes, one way or the other. Thank you, John. And, of course, we'll look for you tomorrow on 6, K6KR or 6MR, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Look for you tomorrow night. I got to go on my puppy patrol out here and take care of my doggies. See you tomorrow night on 6. K6MYC in the group, KR6MR 73.
Yeah, thank you, John. 73 to you as well.
Kilowatt 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
Good evening, Paul.
Hello, who's that?
Yeah, WA60IB. Heard your voice. Glad to say hi. WA60IB here.
Hi, good evening, Ken. WA60IB from K6WIS. You're 5x7. You got a signal as strong as Mike's here, over.
Okay, yeah, you just went into a little bit of a fade there at the end, but Q5 copy still. All right, just wanted to say hi. Mike is writing stuff down, so he'll be here shortly. WA60IB.
I'm back.
I do believe Nelson's on frequency, although I think he keeps picking up the wrong microphone.
Yeah, I was. Hey, Mike, K6 BDU here, Kilo 6 Victor Delta uniform here, Bozo Net 1081.
Okay, 1081, and your name is Victor?
Name is Nelson, November Echo Lima, Sierra Oscar, November. Call again is Kilo 6 Victor Delta uniform, K6 BDU.
Okay, K6 Victor Delta uniform. And give me the name one more time, a little slower if you would. My name is Mike, by the way, over.
Yeah, the name is Nelson, November Echo Lima, Sierra Oscar, November, Nelson.
I got it now, Nelson. Thank you. It's just an unusual name. I heard it, and I didn't believe what I was hearing. Very good. Where are you from, Nelson? You sound like you might be out of the Caribbean.
Well, originally from the Philippines, and, well, right now in Elk Grove. But yeah, I was born, raised in the Philippines, migrated to the U.S. in 1998, and yeah, lived here since then. Yeah, a new station here. Just built a new, constructed a new tower, 40 feet, and a homebrewed 2-meter cubicle quad, 7 elements. And I just completed that whole setup actually yesterday. So yeah, this is my first transmission to this net, and before I was just second by someone else. So hopefully I will be joining to more of the nets, and I also have capability for 440. I'm using one of your 14 elements circular, so I might be able to join in that net as well. KYC, back to you, K6 video.
Yeah, Roger Nelson, very fine. Nice to meet you. I think we may have worked once before, but I don't remember speaking with you. That's why your accent, your Filipino accent, is a little bit foreign to me. Not as foreign to me. I work at lots of Filipino stations on 20. When I'm working along Path Africa, they're forever calling me, as you might guess, because I'm beaming right at them. So I'm familiar with your country, of course, and enjoy working the guys over there. But yeah. Anyway, you're sounding good, boy. You got the quad working very well. How high is the quad, and what's your radio and power level?
Yeah, the quad is probably around 43 to 45 feet. Radio is an ICOM IC9100, 100 watts.
Okay, ICOM. Did you say ICOM? Not this. I didn't hear that. 9100.
USL 9100.
Geez, I'm not familiar with that. Is that an HF and VHF, or just a VHF radio?
It is HF, VHF, and UHF 440. It has an option for 1.2 gig, but the module isn't installed on this one. So yeah, 9100. It's not the newest radio, but it has the HF, and I can use it for some of the digital motion HF.
Yeah, very good. Well, it sounds good, Nelson. You're doing very well with it. I'm not familiar with that radio. Maybe I probably worked a few, but I don't hear that one called out very often. So you're doing very well with it, and the audio sounds good. So we'll look forward to working you again here on this band, and of course also on Thursday night. Thursday night at 7:30, we'll be on here. Looking for you up that way. Probably around 8 o'clock, or maybe a tad before 8 o'clock when we get in your direction there on 432. So there you go. I'm sure we'll hear you if the 432 Yagi is up anywhere near as high as the 2 meter. You're booming in here. Thanks very much for your help, Darren. And he's doing very nicely in here with his setup once he got the right microphone in the hand. Good morning or good evening to you. It's the morning time in Indonesia, so that's appropriate, but not right now. 7-3 Nelson, K6VDU, K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
7-3PU Mike, K6VDU.
73. Okay, anybody else before I look for Reading? I'm looking for Reading, K6MYC.
Hey, Mike, WA6LOL. 86 shortwave, Reading, number 145.
Okay, we got you there, Rich, I should say. KD6SW. 145. And his name is Rich. And then he's in Reading. And good evening to you, Dave. I didn't mean to leave you out, but you're booming in. Let me take care of the Reading boys because we have a very flaky path, as you know, on that Reading thing. So we'll pick you up in just a second, Dave. WA6 Lima, Oscar Lima. And that's 856. Okay, we'll get back to you in a second, Dave. Let me see if the other fellows there. How about you, Jerry? KO6HS in Reading. Kilo Oscar 6 Hotel Sierra. K6MYC. How you doing, Jerry? Rich, I don't hear Jerry in there tonight. Do you hear him? I'm losing you at the moment. Hang in there. We'll get back with you in about a minute, Rich, and we'll see if Jerry's in there. Stand by, Rich. Okay, over to you, Dave, quickly. WA6 Lima, Oscar Lima, or K6MYC.
Yeah, hi, Mike. And, wish I could have gotten down to the swap meet there, but I had family stuff going on here. So, anyway, not too much going on here. Just, that's about it. K6MYC in the crowd, and then when you're done with the Reading guys, I know Greg up here in Pine Mountain Lake, and then Phil in Twainhart. They're waiting. Phil's got his antenna up, way up in the air, I guess. Pretty good antenna situation. So when you're done with the Reading guys, they'll be looking for you. K6MYC, WA6LOL.
Yeah, well, thanks for the heads up on that, Dave. We'll get Greg and Phil in here just a minute. Hang in there, guys. Let me see if we can get Reading up out of the noise here. Reading. Let's try one more time, Jerry. KO6HS, KO6 Hotel Sierra. KO6HS, K6MYC, calling and listening. Boy, the pass must be really down. Oh, back to you, Rich. Back to you. Let's see if I got any copy on you. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Go ahead, Rich. Boy, it's really down. That's funny. We used to have a very consistent path to Reading, and it's really been flaky lately. Got you both logged in. I'm going to log Jerry in just in case he's there. I think he's probably there. So we'll log in Jerry, guys. Stand by a second.
Yeah, you're back up again now.
Okay. And down to you, Paul. I didn't mean to leave you out there. Got quite a few people at once here. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, welcome back from your sojourn. K6 MYC, over.
Hey, hi, good evening, Mike. Thanks for coming back to me. Yep, I was away for a week, as you know, out in the field up in Humboldt County there, battling my way through all the cannabis farms. No, just joking. But anyway, it was good, successful, and lovely weather as well. And I could actually hear Rich off the back of my antenna there, KD6SW, which was quite amazing. Maybe it was backscatter coming back from the foothill mountains pointed towards you. But anyway, Mike, your signal, you're 4x1 to 5x8, huge big QSB dips. So how copy me? K6MYC in the group, K6WIS, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'm not seeing any QSB of any note on you. You're very loud, about the loudest we've heard you on the direct path for quite a while, Paul, so you're doing great. Anyway, welcome back, and I'm glad the trip was not only successful, but you had good weather. It's always nice to have all things going smoothly for you there. Outstanding. Thanks for checking in and waiting while I got through the others. And fine on hearing Rich off the back. See, I'm not hearing him at all. So whatever the path is tonight, it's different because I can't hardly hear Rich, and it's very unusual that I can't copy him there. So I'm going to try him one more time, and Jerry as well. I guess, I don't know if you heard Jerry at all off the back. Let's just see. Jerry, KO6HS, K6MYC, Jerry? No, Jerry. Back to you, Rich, for any final. KD6SW, Kilo Delta 6 Scotch Whiskey, K6MYC, over.
Okay, boy, you're up now. KD6 shortwave. KD6, so what? Been a nice day up this way here. Got some more vegetables planted today and cleaned up a bunch of junk. And the company I had left this afternoon, so now I just wait another week and I got my son to show up here from Japan. Over.
Okay, well, that was a big peak. And now you're taking a tank into the dumps there, but 100% copy, and great copy, great signal. Glad you had a good weekend up there. We had a good weekend here, and we're still looking forward to one more day. We've been getting some work done in the yard, or on the property. I shouldn't say yard. 40 acres is more than a yard, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it sure is. Until it comes tax time, then it's time to dig into the old wallet there for taxes. Yeah, we had another big party up at the lake this weekend. One of those college parties, you know, the ones that you like to stay miles and miles away from. I'm glad I'm on the other side of the hill.
Oh, boy. I'm losing you. I got the tail end of it. I didn't get the tail end of it, Rich, but we got most of it. Okay, on the taxes, well, my tax bill isn't too bad. It hasn't changed much. It started out 25 years ago at about $6 grand, and now it's about $7,700. So I can't complain. Who knows? I would rather have it be zero, but we're never going to have that happen. Hi. Thanks, Rich, 73s, and we'll look for you on 6 tomorrow. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll get you on 6 meters for a change. 73. Okay, let's see. We've got a couple that are waiting in line here. WA6LOL, and how about KWA6HNA? Let's try you first, Greg. WA6HNA in Groveland, K6MYC.
K6MYC, WA6HNA. Well, I'm using one of your products here. Oh, 1013, I think you wanted that too. I've got a old Mirage Flask KLM B3030 in line now, so hopefully I'm a little bit stronger to you, Mike. Over to you.
Yeah, booming in, no problem copying. Let me give your call slowly to Judy, WA6 Hotel November Alpha. That's Greg. He's up in Groveland. You know, he's our contact. Okay, and his 1013, wasn't it, Greg?
Yep, you got it exactly, 1013.
Okay, very good. We got you. Well, no question. The antenna working very well for you. You're very loud, and the Mirage is doing its thing here, pounding in. So you must be driving it with about 25 watts or so, huh?
I've got an ICOM 705, Mike, and it's about 9 watts. It's a 10-watt radio, but it's 9 watts is what's coming out of it, and I'm getting about 180 watts out of the Mirage. And I noticed that on the schematic there's an input attenuator / load for the ICOM, and I suspect that the ICOM, or the 3030 is really the same as the 1030 with just a different input attenuator. That was my guess anyway from what I was looking at. So I don't know if you've got any input on that, Mike.
Well, no, they're different amplifiers only to the extent that the 3030 takes 30 watts of drive to get 160 out. I don't know how you could possibly be getting 200. Your watt meter must be off. The Mirage 1030, as opposed to the 3030, the 1030 is 10 watts in, 160 out. 1030. Oh, I know what you've got. You've got a 300-watt unit, don't you? 1030, not 10160. Okay, I was wrong. That's a 300-watt unit. So, yeah, 10 watts of drive might get you 180 or so. Over.
That's it exactly. You got it. And it came from John Lang down in Prescott, Arizona, one of his old radios. He says this one is one of your prototypes, so from way back when. That's K7PRS is his call. But anyway, he fired it off to me, and we finally hooked it up. I told him that I wasn't loud enough for you. He said, I can fix that. So there you go. Over to you, Mike.
Well, I can tell you. You can tell him he fixed it. You're loud. Very good, Greg. Great to hear you. Let's see how the installation over there with Phil went. And I'm sure that'll be louder, too. And Phil's probably got to look for one of those amplifiers similar to what you have, and he'll be blowing us off the hillside here. WB6GGY, K6MYC. Go ahead, Phil.
K6MYC, WB6GGY, Bozo 884. Bozo 884. And, yeah, we're running a transverter, and we've got about 150 watts out of the transverter. And it's doing a great job, by the way. Thank you for giving us the company to go to there back east. So anyway, WB6GGY, great signals tonight all the way around. And I hope you're copying as good as well as I am. Boy, you got great signals up and down the state here. And Greg's been shooting me some info on where your next location you're going to be beaming to, which has been a big help. So back over to you there, Mike. K6MYC, WB6GGY.
Boy, Phil, you're 10 over here, WA60IB.
Oh, you're doing a great job here too, Ken. Yeah, and the antenna, by the way, is up at about 45 feet or so. So a big difference from 15. Back to you there, Mike.
Yeah, I think it's a 2M7, right, Phil?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
The model of the antenna, 2M7.
Yeah, it is a 7. That is correct.
Yeah, Roger, doing a good job. And did you hear Greg, too, Ken?
Yes, I did.
Give Greg a call. He's in Pine Grove. He's close. He's the one that's helping Phil get all this stuff done up there. So he's got 300 watts or about 180 because he's only driving the 300-watt amp with 10 watts. But booming signal here for me as well. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, well, he was booming in here, too. Greg, good to hear you. Yeah, I heard you guys talking, and he gave us a lowdown on what Phil's doing now. That's great, and thank you, Phil. Yeah, get that antenna up a bit, up to 45 feet did a lot for you, because You went from S7 and 8, typical good signal, to you're 10 over now, so it's a great signal. So anyway, Greg, hope you're copying me.
Oh yeah, no problem at all, Ken. And Phil told me all about your guys' youth together down in the Fresno area, so I got the whole rundown on the backstory there. And there's a lot of QSB tonight on your signal, though. You're going from F1 up to, like F6 or so, and back and forth. But solid copy, Ken. Sounds great up here in Groveland. Back to you.
Well, you're solid. I don't hear any QSP on you. You're about an S7 and pretty steady, so interesting. Okay, very good. Well, thank you guys. Good to hear both of you, and I'm sorry that Phil had to put you through that. Phil and I had quite a growing up together. Yeah, we've known each other for many, many, many years, and all enjoyable. So sorry he had to bore you with that, but oh well. Now you know all about me, and oh, that's I got to watch out for myself now. Anyway, back to you, Mike. Thank you. WA60IB.
Okay.
Good times and good friends. You can't make a better combination than that. WB6GGY, and Greg has just spent 3 days putting up antennas and repairing rotors and everything else. So fantastic job he's been able to do over here. WB6GGY, back to you there, Mike.
Yeah, and we all thank you, Greg, for your effort, both on your station and on Phil's as well. So, well worth the effort. You guys are just booming in here now, and you're going to be some of the big contenders here for not having any trouble copying you, that's for sure. Great signals. Thank you all. And let me just check and see if there's anybody else in here before we go to Nevada.
Mike, I have a quick question before you go to Nevada, WA6LOL.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, so if I put up a couple of 6-meter, stack a couple of 5-element 6-meter beams, and I guess I'm trying to get that one lobe that's kind of up about 20 degrees to go up and bounce off for the E-layer stuff. I don't know a lot about all that. How high it would 25 feet on the bottom one and then plus 15 feet, so then the top one's going to be up about 40 feet. Would that be okay, or is that too close to the ground?
Well, no, if you want a radiation angle at 20 degrees, you're too far above the ground, but I wouldn't worry about the E-skip angle. It is a high angle band, but you're going to hear them with that amount of gain. You're going to be able to work a guy whether he's coming in high angle or wherever. When you stack those two 5s together, you end up with a compressed H-plane pattern. The vertical pattern is narrower by quite a bit, and your Fresnel zone, or your radiation point where you hit the ground and bounce back up, is further out than it would be if it was a single Yagi halfway between the two. So it's a little lower angle. I would say your angle of radiation is going to be in the neighborhood of 5 or 6 degrees, just guessing, educated guess, which is lower than you need, but it won't hurt you on double hop E, that's for sure. Over.
Okay, all right. Well, I just wanted to check with you and everything, so, okay. Well, anyway, thanks. K6MYC, WA6LO.
Yeah, and they do want to be about 20 feet apart. I think the actual spacing on them is just about 20. It tells you on the data sheet. I can't remember the exact spacing. You can go under it, but don't go too much over that number by more than a few inches. Over.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, good. I just didn't know. I know down on lower frequencies, HF and stuff, you get too close to the ground and all of a sudden you're shooting straight up in the air.
Yeah, well, it's all related to wavelength. At 20 feet, you're one wavelength up, which is with a single antenna is a 14-degree radiation angle. Over.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's 6 meters. It's not, it's not HF or anything. But I thought I'd better check just to make sure I wasn't going to do something dumb.
Well, it's hard to make a mistake with that much gain and that much antenna. I would guess that it's going to perform very well for you under all conditions. You're really not so much interested in E-skip as you are long-haul F2 and other things that'll be coming along in the next couple of years. Over.
Okay, yeah, I don't, all the E and F and all that stuff, I've just kind of been, John down there, MI's been helping me with that too, and you and everything, and 6 meters has been pretty strange here. It's been open to Canada and a lot of South America, Chile, Argentina today. Right now it's been kind of open just down into Arizona and beyond. And but it's just kind of odd. It just opens up this way and then opens up that way. And oh, Japan, some guys are working some Japan. And I don't think I've ever seen it be quite so. I don't have a lot of experience, but I haven't seen it do that where it just opens up this way, it opens up that way, it opens up this way. It's been that way all day.
Yeah, well, you've got 2 or 3 different modes of propagation going on there. The stuff into South America is trans-equatorial propagation. We call it TEP. So you'll hear the terminology. That's TEP, trans-equatorial, in other words, across the equator. And that could be 7, 8, 9, 10,000 miles. It's good hop. And then into Arizona, you've got E-skip, just short hop E-skip on the E-clouds. And there was openings to Hawaii. One of the guys reported working 4 Hawaiians in a row here this evening. Bang, 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 all at once. But he didn't hear anybody else from the Pacific. So, but that's probably E-skip also to Hawaii. To Japan, it might be multi-hop E. Multi-hop E, kind of the same stuff that we get occasionally into Europe with multi-hop E at this time of year. Over.
Okay, all right. I ran down, things got pretty loud from South America, and I ran down to 50.110, and I called CQ a bunch of times, and I heard somebody fade up quickly. I heard about 1 second of a couple of parts of a word, and then it went back down into the noise, so I wasn't able to talk to anybody. But now it's 110 is the international frequency, and then what is it, 12 and 13?
125 is the national calling frequency, 50.125 national calling frequency, and 110 is the international DX calling frequency. And what you probably heard was a meteor scatter burst on somebody local that was also doing the same thing that you were doing. They may have heard you on meteors and tried to answer. Over.
Boy, yeah, it sounded just like that. It sounded that quick. It was very loud, but it was just for a part of a second, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just counted meteor propagation because you normally aren't going to mess with meteor scatter at this time of year. There's too many other modes. But that's probably what that was. You'll hear that on 20. You'll hear that on 10 meters every now and then. A real short little pop of a signal will pop through. And when they're good, you'll have a station that'll be in for minutes, sometimes minutes at a time. You get multiple meteors, and one enhances the next one, enhances the next one. And we used to work for minutes at a time up into Washington and Oregon on multi-hop, multi meteors. The band would just stay open after a while because there was so much stuff lighting up and burning up in the atmosphere. That's morning time stuff. Every Saturday and Sunday used to be the big thing on 6 meters. It worked up that way. All right, let me let you go, Dave, and get on here. We're getting tired. We got to get in and close this thing down. But let me get with the guys up in Nevada. WA6LOL. Hopefully other people learned something from this dissertation. K6MYC.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. K6MYC in the crowd. Hello, Ken, and Rob, and everybody else out there. WA6LOL going to be listening.
Good evening, Dave. WA6LOL, KM6SR. Good to hear you.
Boy, you're loud. You turned your antenna on me, huh?
Roger.
I'm using the moon bounce antenna here. I can actually rotate that. It's not real high, but it works south really well. All right, Mike, go ahead and go for Reno there.
All righty. Anybody else before I go to Nevada? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie in the Bozo Net, over.
Alpha Juliet 6 Quebec Lima.
Yes, good evening, George. Alpha Juliet 6 Queen Lima. What the hell is it? 1083?
It's 1031. 1031, over.
I always do that, don't I? I do that damn thing wrong every time. 1031. AJ6 Queen Lima QL. And that's George. Good evening, George. Good to hear you.
Yeah, good to hear you, Mike. And you're pretty strong here, S9 Plus tonight, but I don't want to hold you up because you have to go to Nevada, and there were several others calling, probably from Redding, over.
Possibly. I could try waiting one more call and see if they're back in here. Yeah, we've had really good propagation. You're way stronger than I've heard you for a couple, 3 weeks, so propagation seems like it's coming back for the summer here. Thanks, George. Great to hear you. As always, hopefully you had a good weekend. AJ6 Queen Lima. Tell me again where you're located. K6MYC.
I'm located in Cameron Park, which is about 10 miles east of Placerville, over.
Yeah, Cameron Park. I never can remember. I always want to say something else that started with Charlie Hotel. Cameron Park. Okay. Very good. Thanks, George.
Yeah, Placerville, actually. Okay, Mike. Have a good evening, and talk to you later. AJ6 clear.
Roger, thank you very much, George. Good evening. Now back to Redding. Has a Redding got anybody? How about you, Jerry? K06HS, K6MYC, Redding?
K6USY.
Okay, hang on a second, Aaron. Who was the other one? Who was the other station? Give me your call again.
Kilo Delta 6, Tango Hotel Charlie.
And 6RZJ, Bozo 939.
We got a whole bunch of guys. Okay, let me see if I can get you one at a time here. N6RZJ. That's 939. And it's Dan. Okay, Dan, good evening. Hang on a second. Let me get... N6RZJ. N6RZJ. Hang in there, Dan. I'll get back with you in a second. Who was the other one? Heard somebody else. Who was the other station that called in when Dan called in? Go ahead.
Kilo Delta 6, Tango Hotel Charlie.
Roger. Kilo Delta 6, Tango Hotel Charlie. KD6 Tango Hotel Charlie. Good evening. And I don't remember your name or your Bozo number, so you might refresh me. This is Mike, and I've got my helper here doing my log for me because I'm more or less blind. And Judy's helping out here. That's why I'm giving your call very slowly so she can get it. KD6THC, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yes, Mike. This is Phil, KD6THC. I apologize. I don't have my Bozo number with me today. I'm at Lake Amador today.
I didn't get that. Do you need a Bozo number, or you do not remember it? Over.
I do not remember it. Over.
Okay. And it's Kilowatt Denmark 6, Tango Hotel Charlie. Is that right? KD6?
Yes, sir. KD6THC.
Okay, and what's the name? What was your name? Over.
Phil or Philip? Roger,
Phil. Very good. Where are you located?
Currently, I'm at Lake Amador. Originally, I'm at a sister site, but right now I'm at Lake Amador on a little vacation.
Oh, okay. Very good. Well, good signal from your vacation location. Let me get your Bozo number for you. Rob, did you get KD6 Tango Hotel Charlie?
Yes, sir. 334. Over.
Yeah, there you go. 334, Phil. Over.
Okay, copy. Thank you, Bozo 334.
You got it. Have a good vacation up here. Thanks for checking in. Nice to hear you tonight. A good signal from up that way. Let me see, is there anybody else? K6MYC Bozo Net, over?
776 KO6KD.
Oh, he come out of the woodwork, did you? Okay, Smarty Pants, KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta 776. Judy's getting the hang of this. That's Bill, of course. How are you doing? We missed you this morning, but I figured you would either weren't hearing them well enough to get on or you didn't make it in time. Over.
A little of both, actually. Yeah, I got to bed about 6 o'clock and was up all night. And I woke up again. I was a little bit late checking in, but I just enough early enough to where I could hear Rolf and Billy, and they were doing the comparison. But I think the band was starting to close down for me because they were not nearly as strong as they usually are. They were only about maybe an S8, S9. And when they were doing their comparison, Rolf, I could hear you on backscatter, and I think you're absolutely correct. There was no difference. It's just that the way Rolf's processing and things are, that his voice was a little louder, which tended to give him a little more average power. But I thought about turning on the amp and saying something. I actually heard Billy give it over to me, but I did not have the amp on. I wasn't tuned up. They never would have heard me on, just the puny little stuff that this Yesu puts out. So I just this is laid low and said, well, I'll catch you tonight. Haven't really been feeling well. I did go up to 15 though, and could not hear Billy at all. But I did hear Rolf, but boy, he was real weak. So we did not have much of a band on 15. Over.
Yeah, well, I didn't have much of a path either. Rolf was about S3, maybe peaking S5 at the best, and it got worse as time went on. And Billy was about S3, and it got worse as time went on. So it was Q5 for the most part, but not easy, not a comfortable copy Q5. So there you go. You didn't miss much this morning. It was we just did the comparisons and stuff like that, and that's about it. So it's going to be a little slow until Bob gets back in. I tried to get into controversial stuff, and it didn't get very far before it got quelled, in the sense that, everything's wrong in America. We're causing all the problems in Europe and on and on, and I don't need to hear that. Europe's a big group, and they're big boys, and we can't cause a lot of trouble in Europe. They're making their own bed. They're going to have to lie in it. KO6KD for a final, K6MYC. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, hopefully so. Hopefully I'll have everything up and going tomorrow. So, and hopefully, more than anything, I just want to get some sleep, but there's been some other things. I'm just not handling the bad news. There's a lady friend of mine, and I won't get into it, but she went into hospice, and I'm just not handling this stuff. It's just not. I guess I'm just not mature enough to handle tons and tons of bad news. But anyway, moving on. It's always nice to have the ham radio here and to listen to you guys out here, and it's a blessing to talk to everyone that's out here and around. So. Okay, Mike, 7-3 to you and to the Bozo Net and everybody else. I heard Dan out there, so I'll say 7-3 to Dan up there as well. Okay, and we'll see you later. K6MYC, good evening to you, and good night to Judy as well. KO6KD out.
Okay, very good. It's Bill, 7-3. We'll see you in the morning on 40 meters, not 20. 40 meters tomorrow. Dan, up to you if you're still there. Didn't mean to keep you waiting. I didn't expect all this traffic at the last minute here. N6RZJ up there in, where the hell are you? I forgot where you are. K6MYC.
Yeah, it's okay, Mike. I'm up in paradise. How can you forget that? Well, I shouldn't be operating. I have an extremely high SWR, but I wanted to pop in and say hi. I'll drop the antennas down again. I had them down the other day. I have no idea. All of a sudden, they moved from being a perfect match down here. They moved up to 147.7. Great match up there, and I don't know what changed. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to jump in and say hi, and good evening to Bill there. So back to you. I know it's late and you want to keep moving with the net, Mike, but good to hear you. K6MYC in the group N6RZJ.
Roger, Roger. Okay, I'm hearing Richard in there. KD6BQ. KD6BQ. Gotcha, Dan. Thank you. And you're doing fine down here. Good copy. But we will clear with you because the Nevada boys are chomping at the bit here. KD6BQ 249. That's Richard. And Richard, we're coming your way. Here we go. 7-3, Dan. We'll see you maybe on 6 tomorrow, or maybe some on 1296 on Thursday, on Tuesday.
K6USY.
Yeah, there you are. I knew there was another one in there. Judy's running out of paper here. K6 Uniform Sugar Yankee 1079. That's Aaron. Okay, Aaron, good to hear you. Hang on a second. Let me get Richard in here. Richard, good copy. Sorry for the delay. We've had many check-ins tonight. Big night here. KD6BQ in a group, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ. And yeah, I've been flipping back and forth between here and 6 meters while I was keeping tabs on you with the live stream till you came up this way. And worked one guy on sideband. Larry had talking to me on 220, and he was frantically working guys on FT8 and sending them messages to come to sideband. And finally one guy did. I was sitting here calling on 50.125, and finally got one guy in Tucson to answer me. So anyway, lots of strong signals on FT8. They just need to come up here, or on 6 meter sideband. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249.
Yeah, very good, Richard. Super. Booming signal here. Fine. Yeah, 6 has been pretty wide open here. All different directions. LOL was commenting. WA6 LOL was commenting. He's here. Every direction sooner or later comes in through the day. South America, Arizona, Canada. Somebody worked 4 Hawaiians in a row here just a while back. So the band's been up in every direction, and it's also Japan is coming in. So pretty wild day on 6 meters. That's the way it's going to be here all through June. I expect a very exciting time for the new guys on 6 meters. Back to you, Richard, and I guess Larry may or may not check in here. Let me see if Daniel's here. Daniel, are you here on to KE7UQL, K6MYC? I'm not hearing Daniel. How about you, Richard?
You copy me now, Mike? K6MYC and 7WT, over.
Yeah, now we hear you, Larry. N7WT, N7WT, 657. And good evening, Larry. Good to hear you. Booming signal.
Roger. Yep, just to let you know, I worked 3 Hawaiians yesterday, and 5 Chile and 2 Argentina today, this afternoon. And now I'm just working a stack full of Arizona stations and also Mexico. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Coming in from everywhere. Good deal. Good to hear you. And booming signal. Did you hear Daniel on frequency here at all?
I haven't. He might be sitting there. He might be there, but anyhow, he's I was just going to call some sales in there. Anyway, I haven't heard him on there, but anyway, I'll stand by and see if he's there. Are you there, Daniel? Over.
I heard a little tiny voice. I don't think it was Daniel. I think somebody just rag chewing on the frequency here. No worries. Maybe we'll catch you tomorrow, of course. We'll look for you on 222, Larry, and then over on 6 meters at about a little after 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:20. Good to hear you. And maybe we'll catch Daniel tomorrow on one band on 222, hopefully. Is there anybody else up there in Nevada? How about you, Stan? K7SUN, are you there? K6MYC.
Before you run, Mike, just to let you know, I had a station I worked at. One of the stations in Arizona was plus 25 and plus 20, and I had told him to go to SSB, and he did, and that's where I worked him on sideband, and also Richard worked him on sideband. So we're just trying to get people to move over there. Anyway, we'll say 73 for now and 7WT.
Yeah, I missed the call sign of who you got to move to sideband. Who was it?
It was Daniel's not there, but anyway, the one I was working with November Juliet 6 Delta, and he's on 130 right now. Calling people over.
I still did not get the call. Give it phonetically. You're all chopped up here. Over.
The call is November Juliet 6 Delta. He was on 130 just a minute ago calling. I pulled him off by FFFPH, got him over here on sideband one.
Well, where is NJ6 located? That's stateside in California normally. Was he somewhere else?
Now you dropped in the noise. 73, 73, and 7WT.
I said, where is the call? Where's the station NJ6? Where is he? Over.
Tucson, Arizona. He's in Tucson, Arizona. Over.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Alrighty, let's see. I think Daniel's in here. Daniel, KE7UQL. Go ahead. I don't hear Daniel. And I don't hear Stan. K7SUN, Stan. How about Dane, KJ6 India X-ray. Anything from you, Dane? Dale? Nothing from Dale. Okay. 7-3, Richard. We'll see you tomorrow night on 6 meters here, my friend. KD6SW, no, KD6, KD6BQ, K6MYC. Good evening.
Yeah, 7-3, Mike. Have a great evening there. And, Larry and Dale are both talking on 220, so Dale's not listening here. And there's a CW station down on 144, 150. I'm not sure what that's about. Over.
I don't know. Up on 150, I mean. Okay, I don't know who that would be.
We need 2 more to break our record, so we got to get Dale in here. Over.
We need 2 more to break our record. How many do we have, Robert? Rob?
We have 44 now, and the biggest I've gotten in the past has been 45.
Put down Bozo 1100.
Over on 2 meters when they stop talking here on 220 FM.
Roger, Richard. We'll stand by. In the meantime, K6 ZKA 1100 Brittany. Thank you, Rob and Aaron. And maybe we'll get one of the other guys. Maybe Dale will pop in here on 2 meters. He had a good signal the other day on 2. If he just comes over here, we don't need to. He can't make any points with me working Larry on 222 FM. Over.
K6MYC, K6BQ, Dale's coming around and keep pointing the antenna over your direction. We'll see if it comes up in a minute or two. K6MYC, K6BQ.
KD6BQ, KD6BQ with KJ6 India X-ray. KJ6 India X-ray, Dale. KJ6IX. I forgot Dale's number. What is it, Rob?
Just a minute. One 112.
I missed the number, Rob.
1112.
Roger, 1112. Okay, Dale, we're standing by for you. Don't keep us up too late. We got to go to bed here. We're all passing out. The net's so long here. But we need you for a new world record. maybe he's got a 6-meter antenna plugged into the 2-meter port. I don't hear a thing.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ. Dale is calling you here on 240, over.
Well, I'm not hearing him at all. He may not be plugged into the right antenna, or he's not pointed right. I don't hear a peep. That's weird. Have him call some more, Richard.
Over to you, Mike.
Yeah, I'm just not hearing him at all. Is he hearing me, Richard? Ask him if he's hearing anything from me. Go ahead.
He's not hearing you very well. He is vertical. He is vertical. I forgot that, over.
Oh, well, I'm not going to hear him vertical. I'm surprised he's hearing me, but of course I'm running 11, 12, 13, 14, 1500 watts here. Okay. Why is he vertical? I thought he had that all sorted out.
I think he's got 6 meters sorted out, but not 2 meters, over.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll tell him he's logged in, and we hope that he'll get over horizontal ASAP, over.
Roger, roger. I'll let him know.
Thank you, Richard. We'll let you go, and thank Dale for making the effort to come over here onto 2 meters. Now, before we close, anybody else that needs to check in here on 2 meters, side Bozo Net, kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie.
We need one more to break the record, Mike.
How about putting me down?
I've already got you.
Oh, that's no good. We need to get Dane to throw a rock over at Dan's place and get Dan on here.
Yep, or get Bill or AJ down here.
Or get Gwen on the air.
Yeah, that's
766 WA6VZM here. Hi, guys.
There you go. There, we need your Bozo number, Gwen. Is it KA6, isn't it? KA6VZM, very zealous mother. That's Gwen, KA6VZM. It is KA6, right, Gwen?
WA6VZM, 766.
Okay, WA6VZM. We got it now, 766. Thanks, Gwen. I'm glad you came out and helped us break a record here, 45, 46 check-ins tonight.
Very good. I'm happy to do it. I hope you do break the record. Sounds good. WA6VZM.
Thank you, Gwen.
Thanks, Gwen. WA6VZM, KM6SR. Yep, we got 46 total now. Over.
I had the audio turned down for a second to talk to Judy. What did you say? Does somebody want me to turn back in another direction? Make a call, give me your call, give me your call. Over. I need it more than once. You're just well water weak here. Your call several times, please.
61.
Yeah, it sounded like Bozo 61, KB6RQU down in DMO5.
Oh, okay. I can point the antenna that way. Let's get another call sign for you, Judy. And I'll turn down that way.
Yeah, I was hearing him on my station, so I was I had to go look up his Bozo number real quick, and I'm like, oh, that's Rick.
Okay, KB6RQU, KB6RQU, coming your way, Rick. Coming your way. Stand by, coming down your way. KB6RQU. KB6RQU, 61 from Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. KB6RQU, go ahead, Rick.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I heard you guys were still there, so I thought I'd see if I could ring a few back doors there. KB6RQU, Bozo 61, checking in, over.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, we called you early in the evening, of course, but it's always it's good to get you no matter when you remember to come to the shack. Thank you very much, Rick. How are things going there, over?
No, it's a little rough. Things are going a little rough there. I wanted to ask you, has there been any 6-meter activity, over?
Yes, lots of activity. The band is still open now. People are working both sideband and FT8. I know you're looking for sideband activity. I would pay attention to 125. A lot of stations are trying to get the FT8 signals to come down to 125. They're working King Henry 6. A lot of South America in earlier. There's some Arizona stations on. It's just coming in from everywhere, Rick. You just have to get on and listen, over.
Okay, I've been listening on and off there for a few weeks now. Haven't heard anything except local stations. Thanks for the information, Mike, over.
Yeah, well, if you don't operate FT8, you're not going to work very much because everybody's got their head rammed up on FT8. And a few guys now are starting to come down to 125 and 110 on sideband. But 125, I would sit on 125 and just pray.
Hi, Rick. Okay, very good. I can do some of that. Very good. Okay, well, let you go there. Thanks for listening up for me, and appreciate it. KB6RQ, 73 stall. Hello, Rick. WA60IB, wanting to say hi. It's been a while. WA60IB. Hello, Ken. Somebody covered you up. What was that, Rick? I said, hello, Ken. Well, hello. It's good to hear you. It's been a while, so take care down there. And, yeah, it's 6 is pretty hot, so listen intently there. WA60IB.
Rick, you might have the audio up a little high. You're going into distortion sometimes on your voice peak, so turn your audio level down just a little bit, your mic gain, over.
Okay, well, I'll have to get the book there and find out where it's at. Good evening, Rick. KB6RQU, KM6SRR. Hey, how you doing there, over? Doing good, Rick. Good to hear you on there. You're making a habit of this. Good to hear you now, over. Yeah, very good. I don't know about a habit of it, but I'm going to try more often, over. Good, that's all we can ask. Thank you very much, KM6SRR.
What radio do you have? Ken may be able to tell you where the mic gain is. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I see 7,000.
Okay, can you help him where the mic gain is, Ken?
I'd have to look. I don't hear the problem. He sounds nice and crisp to me.
Oh, he's all muddled up here. He's been that way for a long time.
Interesting, because I hear him fine here.
Yeah, he sounds good here, too. Hello, Rick, Ken6BYH.
Okay, forget it, Rick. I'm not hearing what I'm hearing.
You probably are, but it may be multipass. You know, that's the way this band is.
Yeah, it could be. We're also looking for Eddie. Eddie, are you in here? KE6. What the hell's Eddie's called, Rob?
KE6BK. Eddie, KE6BK.
But Ben's too late. He wouldn't be listening here. But Ben, we're also calling your direction N6SWR or KE6BK. Anybody? Guess not. Anyway, 7-3, Rick, and hopefully we'll hear you again on Wednesday night and then on Thursday on 432. That would be terrific. Thanks so much for making the net here. KB6RQU, K6MYC.
Okay, very good.
KB6RQU. I was going to make the Thursday 4:32 net. Forgot the wife had a doctor's appointment at 6:30, so we was on a little late. 73.
73.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, who is that?
No, I was talking to Mike, not Mikey. Mike got on here.
Go ahead, Mike. BYH, go ahead.
Where'd you go, Mike? N6BYH, W6OIB in the gang.
So what do we get for breaking the record?
Peace in our heart.
Don't break it by too much. It'll be too hard to break next time.
Okay, well, I think we're done here. We haven't got any Eddie, but and we missed a couple of easy ones tonight. We should have gotten Ben in here and 4 or 5 others, so we could have had just a phenomenal. We could have been at 50 easily here. It's starting to be summertime, and the guys are really starting to wake up. Maybe getting ready for the VHF contest in June. Over.
Did Mike check in earlier, BYH?
Yeah, he was in.
Okay, all right. Well, I was late, so that's why. Anyway, I wanted to chat with him a bit. Okay, WA60IB, I'm still here.
How much stuff was left on your table, Ken?
Way too much.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
We did okay. Yeah, I'll have to post the amounts. I got everything cleaned up, and as far as finances wise and everything, that's all done. I got to go in. I was going to go in tomorrow, and I forgot. I've got tomorrow's a holiday, and I've got things to do. We got some barbecue to go to for the Sunday school class and this and that. So I'll go in Tuesday and start picking up the stuff and putting it back in storage. Unfortunately, we got to put more stuff back in storage. Pooey.
Okay. Well, thanks for your effort with the flea market. I think we certainly enjoyed ourselves, and we saw more Bozo members there than anybody else. It was phenomenal from that standpoint. And we got a couple of new guys on. Rob got on. WB6COT got on tonight with a new 2M7, for heaven's sakes.
There you go. All right. Yeah, it was good to see him there. And let's see. Of course, KW6S. That was great to see him.
Did you meet Oliver, KB6BA?
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there.
He never came to the booth.
Well, he probably did, but he may not have introduced himself. He's kind of a quiet little guy. He's not little. He's a long, tall, thin guy. Had kind of a funny slouchy hat on and stuff. He's very slender and quiet guy.
We doubled, so I just going to say I did not see him, and don't know what he looks like. So he never did come to the booth, I guess, or he didn't recognize me, or so. I should have had my tag on, but I didn't.
Yeah, he was at your booth. I think that's where I.
There was some. Ken was with.
Yeah. When Oliver was there, you were talking to somebody else, and we stood there for a while. But I don't know what happened. I wasn't trying to interrupt you, and he wasn't looking for anything particular, I think. Anyway, he was there, and a few others, like Ken, like you said, Tom was there from the Bay Area, so that was good. Anyway, it was a fun time from the standpoint of people. I didn't see any equipment I couldn't see any equipment, so it's pointless for me. The only thing I couldn't find was a solid-state kilowatt. But you had one, but it was a 12-volt model on it. Otherwise, I would have picked it up. Anyway, 7-3 all. I'm going to get out of here. Judy and I are tired. We've been out in the hot sun pulling weeds all day, and we're dragging. So we're going to get out of here. Clear for now. See you tomorrow night from the house. WA60IB, KM6SRR, K6USY, and others, K6MYC. Good night, all.
Okay, Mike. Good night. Yeah, it was, Tom actually stayed a little while afterwards, and we all went out to lunch together. That was really nice, about, half a dozen of us or so. And he was able to join us for lunch, so that was really great. All right, WA60IB, good night, all.
Good night, Finn, Ken.
G'day, Mike. Ken, I have a question for you, KM6SRR.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one of those things I got from you, I think, was supposed to be a preamp, but it says it's a converter. So is that a transverter?
We talked about it. I told you it wasn't a preamp. It was a converter. I think it converts. Was it 2 meters over to 10 meters? I forget what. But yeah, when I looked at it, you thought it was a preamp. I thought it was a preamp when I first looked at it. No. It's a transverter, or not converter, not a transverter. It's just a receiving converter.
Okay, what does it do then? It's a model 432-3 converter.
It should say right on it that the output. I think it's either 10 meters. Yeah, it's 432 to 10 then, I guess. I don't know. It's up